Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Ascension 17. And we are live today. It is December the 15th, and we are just past the new moon. So I wanted to talk today about what I like to do every new moon, which is set new intentions. So we're going to learn all about manifesting today, and I'm going to take you through my own personal rituals to manifesting. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Cynthia Clark, and I am a love and ascension coach. I've been doing this work now for, I would say, over 20 years, especially the manifesting part, which is very near and dear to my heart, because ultimately we are co-creators of our lives. And that's one of the steps to ascension, is actually to be able to co-create with source. But we want to do it from a place of love and enlightenment, and not from a place of lower vibration. So today we are going to be looking at the art of manifesting and how to set intentions during the new moon. So the reason why we do intentions in the first place is because we have a desire, right? We're in a physical body, we have a desire, we want to create something in our life that is maybe hasn't come about yet, right? So rather than just letting our subconscious run our lives, which it pretty much does anyway, if you study the brain, you want to make sure that you line up your subconscious with your conscious, and that's how you do intentions, and that's how you create things. So I have been practicing this for a very long time, and I really recommend this, because if you're living a life that is not your best life, or not your ideal life, or if you're still stuck in some of the lower vibrations, for example, if you're stuck in fear, if you're stuck in anxiety, if you're stuck in uncertainty, trust me, the universe doesn't judge you one way or another. It's going to just create what it is that you believe in and what it is that you are attracting. So what we want to do, if you want to change your life, is you want to start co-creating with the universe. You want to start interacting with the universe in a way that is in harmony and alignment with your heart, with your soul, okay? Because we are on a pathway of ascension. And that's what this channel is all about. The ascension pathway is about raising our vibration to your highest potential and opening up that love and enlightenment that actually is part of you and part of everyone. So it is my passion to help others create that in their lives. I've worked with over 7,000 people in my career so far. And it's nothing brings me more joy than to see people have their breakthroughs and their aha moments and understand their potential. And it's just such a beautiful thing, because we are all growing and evolving on this planet. And there is a lot of uncertainty right now. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear being driven. So I would definitely encourage you to limit the amount of time you spend in that energy. And this is the perfect opportunity right now, right? To focus on what you want to see in the world, not what you don't want to see. So the first thing I'd like to do with everybody is just, let's all take a deep breath. And exhale. We want to bring in some gratitude, because gratitude opens the doorway to manifesting. So I want you just to tune into your body and think about something that you're grateful for. You can go ahead and close your eyes and do this too. And just see something that you're grateful for. I almost always am grateful for my health because I am incredibly healthy. Of course, I don't just sit around. I do take action on my own behalf. And this is something I would encourage for you as well. If you are not healthy, then look at your habits and behaviors and your thoughts. Essentially, you're in charge of 4 things. Okay, and I've talked about this before, but you're in charge of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your reactions. And that's it. That's all you're in charge of. And when it comes to setting intentions, if you're not writing it down every month, then you're missing an opportunity. I'll just put it that way. So every single month, within 3 days of the new moon, what I do is I will write down 10 or 11, depending on what I'm in the mood for. But this is my journal, and I write it in my journal. I also do my meditations, and I journal in this book. So I would encourage you to get a book that you're not going to throw away. But it's something that you can actually go back over the last month and you can check off how many things came true for you. Okay, so step 1 is to get a journal. Step 2, when you're ready to write something down, first go into gratitude, and you want to think about what it is that you desire. And you need to be in a space of deserving too, right? We need to be receptive. So what I like to do is I bring in a crystal. By the way, one of the best manifesting crystals out there is imperial topaz. And that's what I have here on my neck today because it's a beautiful crystal for manifesting. You can certainly use others. You can program crystals to help you manifest as well. Clear quartz is always a good one. You can program that to enhance things too. If you're wanting to bring in love, you might want to bring in a pink tourmaline or a kunzite or a danbarite or a rose quartz, depending on what you're working on. But that helps to even out your energy. And when we think about the deserving, we want the subconscious to believe that it is deserving of whatever it is that you're going to write down. Okay, so one way to do that is to muscle test it. Okay, so for those of you who have never done self-muscle testing, it's actually quite simple. What you do, at least this is how I do it, is I take my little finger and my thumb and I make like a little link, okay? And then I take on my opposite hand, I take my my index finger and my thumb, and I will pull on my active hand, my right hand, and I'll try to pull it, okay? Now you want to tap into your subconscious, you want to have your eyes looking down, okay? So, and you want to start out with something that is true for you, okay? So for example, I would say, my name is Cynthia, and then I would pull, and it should be difficult to break apart the chain, okay? So then if I say something that I know is not true, that's how you test. So if I said, my name is Bob, that should easily come apart because that's not my name. Okay, so then you want to just verify that you've got a yes and a no. Okay, so my name is Cynthia, hard to pull. My name is Bob, easy to pull. And then I want to ask something about deserving, right? So if you want to know if your subconscious is feeling deserving, you say, I deserve all that I wish to manifest. Okay, and when you pull that, if it's not strong, then you've got some work to do. And that's actually something that I do in my Sphere of Infinite Light membership. So if you're interested in learning more about that, just go to ascension17.com and you can join our membership. But we work on the subconscious level to change some of those limiting beliefs, because learning your lessons and reaching your full potential is absolutely part of the ascension pathway. And that's something that we want to do. So I recommend that you do some muscle testing periodically, just to kind of tune in and make sure that you're strong on things that are really, really important, like deserving is one of those things. By the way, a lot of people struggle with this, and it actually will show up in their hands. It will show up as a life lesson in the fingerprints. So in your fingerprints, I read it like a map. And if you've got a lesson located on your left middle finger or the left Saturn finger, that's one area, or left Jupiter. And those are actually the number 1 and number 2 lessons of the entire population, which is pretty interesting. So a lot of people struggle with this. They struggle with deserving. They struggle with manifesting. And, you know, when I, just as an example, before I started writing out intentions, you know, I got divorced back in 2015, and I went through a very dark period. I would call that my dark night of the soul period for sure, where I was just in a, I ended up getting vertigo for 9 months, and I was, it was a really rough period for me. I was living in a cabin that was mice infested. It was, I mean, it was really bad. And I felt very alone. You know, after 19 years of marriage, I felt very alone, very isolated. I was living in Aspen at the time in Colorado, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. But I ended up attracting another partner. I would call this the rebound relationship, or what I now call the fatal attraction relationship. And sometimes when we are in a space to manifest, we can manifest something that we think we want. But if we're not deserving, we're going to end up either not attracting anything at all, or we're going to attract something that is far less than ideal. And that was what ended up happening for me. I wanted a new partner in my life, but I wasn't in a space of deserving yet, because I was coming off of that divorce. I felt very vulnerable and insecure and really uncertain, very low vibrations, right? I was also fearful. You know, fear is one of the lowest vibrations you can hold. So in order to attract what I wanted, I needed to get out of that space first. So it probably would have been better for me to actually not get into a relationship or take my time in getting into a relationship, because energetically, I was not in a space to receive what it was that I was actually desiring. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you set your intentions. Okay, so another thing that we can do is we can tap into the magician, which is an archetype that's located in your hands. By the way, there are 22 different archetypes that can be present in your hands, and I wrote about it in my book, Stories in Your Hands. Discover Your Authentic Destiny Using Palmistry and Tarot. So I published this back in 2017, and I want to just show you what a magician's hand actually looks like, because if you have one, it's going to be easier for you to manifest. Okay, but here's a picture. It's going to be somebody who has a fire hand, so that it's going to be short fingers and a rectangular palm. And this little finger is going to be quite long. It's going to come up above this upper phalange of the neighboring finger of Apollo. Okay, so this is what a magician's hand looks like. And the magician is all about the resources, right? We're setting, we know we have the resources available, or we're bringing in the resources that we need in order to create what we want. Another saying that they always say, right, is winners keep score. So magicians, good magicians, will keep score on what it is that they're creating and what it is they want to create. That's the reason why we set those intentions and we write them down. Otherwise, you can't really track it, right? You can't go back and, if you just keep it up in your head, that's really not going to work. You need to write them down. And I like to go back over the previous month and I like to check off the ones that came true and the ones that didn't come true. By the way, if you're setting intentions for the collective, which I also recommend, especially this month, we're in the realm of Sagittarius, which is all about optimism and the bigger vision. This is a good time to set an intention for the collective. So what I would like for you to write down as an intention would be that people are coming together in love and enlightenment. Okay, because the more we come together in love and enlightenment, the greater it is for everybody. And there's so much just uncertainty in the world right now, and there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of frustration, and I want to bring us together in that heart space. So let's all just hold. Okay, so after you write this down, right, write it down. Let's get into the mudra of the magician. And so in our hands, by the way, our thumb represents our willpower. Okay, so we have the longer, the bigger, the stiffer your thumb is, the more dominant your willpower is going to be. You can also see if you have blockages in your willpower, if you have any horizontal lines running across your thumb, especially in this upper zone. We call this the zone of manifestation. So just take a look at your thumbs and see if you have any horizontal lines running through there. By the way, lines change in the hands. So if you happen to have some horizontal lines, we can definitely see those dissolve, right? That could be one of your intentions too, by the way. I dissolve all blocks to manifesting. You always want to put your intentions in a positive framework. So instead of saying that you're, I don't want to have blocks, that would be a negative, right? If you said, I don't want to have blocks, you want to say, I am dissolving any blocks to manifesting, or I easily manifest what I desire. Okay, so we want to always keep things in the positive. That's why people are coming together in love and enlightenment. That's a positive, right? Instead of saying people are coming out of fear. We could put it that way, but this is a better way to say it. So just be aware of how you write your sentences down. Okay, so back to the magician mudra. Okay, so we've got our thumb, like I was saying, is all about willpower. We've also got Jupiter, which is your finger of self. It's how you look at yourself. And like I said, we're in Sagittarius right now. So we definitely want to tap into our Jupiter. And this is actually, this upper zone is called your zone of ideals. So the mudra for the magician is bringing the willpower, the manifestation energy in with the ideals, which is exactly what we want to do in order to ascend and co-create with source. We want to bring those two energies together. So this is how we hold the magician mudra, it's called. Okay, so I want you to just go ahead and hold this position. Go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you just to say, I am deserving of manifesting what I desire into my life. Inhale that in. Exhale out any stress that you may have. And it's beautiful. You probably feel some nice energy running through your body right now. Okay, so that's good. Feel free to connect to my Imperial Topaz as well, because you can connect to crystals that are not even in the same room as you. You can connect to any crystal that you desire. You don't actually have to have it in your possession. You can energetically connect to anything because energy is non-local. Okay, that's why energy works even remotely. Okay, so feel free to connect to this beautiful imperial topaz. Feel its strength, feel its vibration, feel it helping you to align with your desires. Okay, so very good. So I want you to have fun with this. Okay, so go ahead and release the mudra. But this is something to assist you every single month. And you're going to find that you become better and better at manifesting if you actually just take the time to write it down. It doesn't have to be that difficult. And my husband and I actually now that I'm remarried, we love to do it together. We look forward to it every new moon. Uh, we have a lot of fun with it. And you want to have things, you want to create sentences that are, it's like putting in an order into a restaurant, right? You're at the table, you have a menu in front of you, you place your order, right? So you're placing your order with the universe. You are telling the universe what it is that you desire. And there is nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad about that. However, to do it in the realm of ascension, we want these things to not violate someone else's free will, right? Because that creates karma. And when you create karma, you will have to pay back that karma. And we want it to be in our highest vibration, right? Because that ultimately, that pathway of ascension is we are raising our vibration. Okay, so the statements that you create, you want them to be in that high vibration of love, light, enlightenment, things like that. But you can absolutely desire physical things, like manifesting a house or manifesting a great job, manifesting a loving partner. All of these things are beautiful things that we all deserve. Okay, so I want to finish up today. If nobody has any questions, I did bring a deck of cards. I like to do a card of the week message for everybody. And today I've got my Akashic tarot cards. Okay, so I have about 50 decks in my collection. I love using different decks just for fun. This one is by Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. It's one of my favorite decks, the Akashic Tarot. And the Akashic Archives are the archives of everything that ever was, ever is, ever will be. So it's an energetic record of everything. That's what the Akashic Archives represent. So you have, everything is recorded basically. So that's another thing to keep in mind, right? Because that's the law of karma. So everything that you do impacts everything else. Okay, so let's just get a message for today for all of you who are watching or maybe watching the replay after this gets recorded. So let's just take a look. Okay, so yeah, the card coming up is the inverted birth card. Okay, so we have a beautiful mother. She's out in a garden and two children are running towards her, and there's a puppy in the background coming towards the children. Looks like Stonehenge or something in the background as well. So anyway, here is the card for you all to see. So when it's coming in inverted, okay, this can represent a delay in manifesting. Okay, now this is the other key to know with manifesting is you must be patient. Okay, sometimes we want, we're in such a society where we want everything right now. This is not the way to be. You've got to be patient with your manifesting. You've got to give it time. You've got to not only have the desire and the deserving, but you've got to have the patience. And that's what this card is saying. It's like, okay, it takes time to give birth, right? When a woman gets pregnant, she's pregnant for 9 months, right? She doesn't immediately give birth right after she says, oh, I want to have a baby, right? She knows that there's a period of time that is required in order to bring something to fruition. So that's what this card is reminding all of us. It's like, okay, yes, we all want things right now. You know, there's a lot of things I wish for right now, but they're just not happening fast enough. Oh my gosh. So instead, we have to set that intention that's coming, and we have to hold the space of love. Okay, so it's like when the woman is pregnant, she holds the space for her baby to grow. She talks to it every day. She takes those little steps every day to make sure that it's nourished. You know, she takes care of her body. She takes care of her mind. She may talk to her baby or sing to her baby before it's even born. These kinds of things are okay for you too. Okay, so if for example, people are coming together in love and enlightenment, I want you to visualize that. Okay, go into your magician mudra and actually see the planet coming together, see the light, envision beautiful bright light flooding the planet. You know, see people around you surrounded by light whenever you see them. If you do this, these little things add up and they do make a difference. And that is exactly what this card is telling you to do. Okay, so I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming today. I'm going to be doing these live streams at the same time every week. So Tuesdays at 11:10 Mountain Standard Time, because I am here in Sedona, Arizona. You can also catch the replay. And if you're interested in learning more about the Sphere of Infinite Light membership, just go to my website, ascension17.com. And I will be, I've got all sorts of information there, but you can, what I'm including is a ton of stuff. So first off, you're going to learn about Ascension tools and processes, including palmistry and tarot. Those are two of my main tools that I use. You're also going to learn about other stuff like astrology and Chinese astrology, balancing your energy. I include stuff like meditations, guided meditations. So you can actually go in and do a magician meditation. And they're not long. Most of them are about 10 minutes long. I also include a report on your very own hands. So you can submit your own hands to me and I will analyze your heart chambers. And you're going to get a heart chamber report, which is all about your emotional system in your hands and what might be blocked for you so that you can start to manifest what you want in your life. This is very important to me. And then twice a month we meet in a private setting in Zoom where we work on whatever is most important to you. And we work at removing those subconscious blocks, and we open up the energy for you in your ascension pathway, because that is what is important right now. Ascension is happening for the planet by 2029. That's the information that I've received. And, you know, but the personal timeline can be anytime. So you could be ascending tomorrow if you're ready. So that's the other thing, is like once you start using the tools and the processes to ascension, you know, you're on your way. And that's really what's important. So also, if you have questions, feel free to type them in to the comments of this video, and I will take those into account for the next week's live stream. And you're also welcome to listen to my podcast as well. I've got an Ascension 17 podcast where we talk about ascension as well. So thank you so much for being here, and remember to live your infinite light, and have a wonderful day, everyone.